Hey guys, this isn't gonna be a typical video, but it will be the only one on this situation. So if I get another comment again, I'm just gonna delete it because I'm done with this and I don't want it to become a series of things, because I've always said this, but like drama and stuff stresses me the fuck out. It genuinely like turns my stomach and makes me sick. And I was telling my friend about this, and they told me, they were like, well, I was telling them because I was like, why do people keep doing it if it makes them sick? And she was like, well, it doesn't make them sick. They actually like get joy out of it. And I was like, what? How? And she was like, yeah, that's why they do it. And I was like, what the fuck? Anyways, so yeah, if I get like a comment from this person again, I'm just gonna delete it because I'm tired of this, okay? So we all saw this comment, right? I'm just kidding. I would estimate around 30 people did. I received this comment while I was at work, and I immediately deleted it after taking screenshots and reading it. Why did I delete it? I knew I wouldn't have been able to make a response for a long time. I didn't want it to blow out of proportion and get out of my hands because I was staying at a shelter with a strict curfew and rules at the time, and was not able to make a response in the way I felt I needed to. I knew I needed to have a response where I was verbal and able to express my frustrations in a sincere way. Let's begin with what caused this comment. First of all, this comment comes from my ex-friend, Lain. We are no longer friends. This is something I decided, and she did not take lightly by any means. One day, I noticed Lain had been posting a lot of directed things on her Instagram story. I didn't think they were about me at first because I didn't do anything to cause those things to be said to me. I then noticed that she began leaving notes on Instagram that were also directed, saying cryptic things towards a certain individual. This was typical of Lain, so I again did not question it and assumed it was not directed towards me. I then noticed that I was taking off of Lain's story. Although I could not prove this per se, she does post dozens of stories every day, and what I had once been able to view that day, I no longer could. Because of this, it led me to believe something was off. I sent her a DM saying that I noticed she had been posting those stories and leaving those notes and potentially took me off her story. She left me on red. I then messaged her that I prefer communication instead of taunting notes and stories because that is immature. I was once again left on red. It got to a point where I was left on red for 2 hours. I remembered that by this point, I was sitting with Abby while coloring a My Little Pony coloring book and watching My Little Pony. I remember telling Abby how anxious I was because drama never makes sense to me, and this wasn't the first time Lena had done things like this. I will read out to you how that conversation went. What? I've been knowing the text effects. What are you talking about? I didn't even see your story. Oh, okay. Are you okay, bro? You got so defensive and it was uncalled for. And I feel like you hid me from your story, and now you've been leaving these cryptic notes, and it's just like, I'm not all about communication, and this just seems so immature. Okay, you keep leaving more notes like this after I've messaged you, so this is really proving my intuition. This isn't the first time you have done this type of stuff to me. It really sucks because you are so funny and quick-witted when you want to be, but you have this side to you that is unprovoked and hurtful. I think this right here has shown me that I need to distance myself. You got so defensive over an Instagram font, then ignored me, made immature notes, and most likely hid me from your story, but I obviously don't know that one for sure. I need to protect my peace and surround myself with maturity, respect, and love. I know that sounds so cheesy, guys, but genuinely, like, I mean it. I have a lot going on in life right now, and I'm very busy. I do not have time to deal with someone who is going to linger on my mind because they lack communication and maturity. I don't think I'll be going to prom with you. I cannot predict your responses or actions when they are unprovoked. You can invite someone else. You might also have me restricted, which I wouldn't be surprised. But if you read this, I'm going to distance myself from you. I'll take you off this account and take some time for me, because if you are going through something, I as well am, and do not need someone to add pressure onto the weights I'm currently working on. The beginning of the conversation is from when I posted this. It was kind of dumb thing on my story. I said, like, it was this stupid font, and it was so ridiculous, and I said, this is my font now. If anyone else uses it, I hate you. And then I look at Lane's story, and she is using she was using the font. And I was like, oh, okay. So I slid up and I jokingly said bro found out about I think I said like text effect or font from my story. And then that's when she said, what'd she say? Hold on. What? I've been knowing the text effects. What are you talking about? I didn't even see your story. And I just said, oh, okay. Because she did view my story. So I wasn't going to argue that. I was just like, I thought about responding and being like, but you did view my story. But I didn't want it to be a big thing. So I just said, oh, okay. Also, I know if I had said like, but you did, she would have been like, well, that was just a glitch. Well, I didn't really. I was just tapping through really fast. I didn't actually see it. So I wasn't going to be like, I don't know. I just let it go. Junie, I'm so tired with everything going on with my life. I have so much shit going on at work, at school, my job. You are not the only person who I'm upset at. You have hurt me in so many ways that I'm just now realizing it. I need my space. I was not defensive over an Instagram font. I was so upset because you barely speak to me and I look like a fan. I don't understand this part here. I treat Lain the same way that I treat my other friends. I'm really guessing that this is some insecurity thing because if anything, Lain is one of the few people I do talk to. She, at the time, was on an account of mine that only has 6 people on it, those of which I've been deep friends with for years and I don't let anyone on. I also invite Lain over for my birthday parties and no one else. I'm always eager to take Lain places with me and always pay for her tickets, whether it's a movie we go to or a convention. I cosplay with her, make TikToks with her, and even YouTube videos. I would always screenshot our conversations and post them as well, because there were a lot that I found funny. I would always screenshot and repost her stories as well because they were also funny. I'm unsure if she could be dependent on me. There's nothing I could have done more unless I was willing to sacrifice my mental health to constantly be texting her every day. I don't text everyone every day, not even my sister. It sounds cocky to say that, to think that she might be dependent on me, but I genuinely don't know what else it could be. And I'm being serious. I'm not saying that as she's dependent. No, I'm genuinely wondering that. Whenever I try to reach out to you, I get no response, no reply, nothing. And it takes so long to answer. And it takes you so long to answer, I gave up. That is why I acted the way I did. I am so hurt. The way you treat other people compared to me is a huge difference. It feels like you have something against me. Like you hate me that's, okay, I'm not even. Like you hate me or you're holding a grudge or something. You post screenshots of whenever you talk to your friends and I have to wait for what takes forever to get to me. And if you're busy, I understand that. I am busy. I do a lot. But again, this is worded in a way where it's just concerning. It should not matter that much. Lain almost never posts conversations with me on her story and is always hanging out with other people, but it doesn't matter to me because that's normal and not something that should make me upset. She hangs out with other people more than she does me. And again, that's I'm not she loves them more than me. And even if she did, that's okay. That's normal. I'm not dependent on her to where if she's not hanging out with me most times, then I'm beating myself up about it. I don't know. I know our friendship is good, so why would I get upset over that? I don't understand why she did. And I was always telling her and everyone on my close friends about how slow I am to responding, but to not take it to heart because it's not them, it's me. I've always been this way. Also, again, I do not treat my other friends differently. I genuinely cannot see where she gets this. But it feels like you rub it in my face or something. Whatever it is, I can't take it anymore. I'm trying to do everything I can to hang out with you because I don't think I'm going to stay here any longer, especially when I graduate. I can't stay here. This place is a hellhole. The way you treated me and blamed me for what I'm gonna call this person Panda. For what Panda did and acted like I forced her to unfollow you when I had no idea what was going on, having a complete panic attack at work, freaking out because I'm getting shit thrown at me for no reason, for something I didn't do. I believe that is when everything went messy in our friendship. Just gonna comment on this one right here before I comment on before or whatever. I was never let known that she was having a panic attack when this situation was happening. But the thing with, and again, I'll call him Panda, was something that was suspicious to me. But during that time of suspicion, I made sure to tell Lain about my concerns and explain why I thought the things I did. Panda was Lain's friend and looking for a roommate to live with, and I said I would be up for it, so then me and Panda became friends. Panda later told me that they did not, and this was out of nowhere, by the way, out of nowhere. Panda told me that they did not like being friends with two people who used to be friends because they feel like, with two people who are friends, because they feel like they were getting in between them. So she felt like she was getting in between me and Lain. And I was like, what? That's not a normal thought. So I told Panda that that wasn't the case at all and that me and Lain were still friends. Panda seemed iffy about this. And then Panda unfollowed me and stopped messaging me. And I was like, oh. So then I told Lain about it because I was like, hey, what do you think happened? Where was I? Panda, oh yeah. I can't remember all the situation because it was last year when a lot of stuff was going on in my personal life, but I remember there was something that led me to believe that Lain didn't want me and Panda to be friends anymore. So I texted Lain and asked if that was the case, and Lain told me that it was not, and that she did not know Panda was wanting to not be friends anymore. And I said okay, but the things I was suspicious about were really weird and oddly lined up. So I just ended up letting it go, but still being bummed out because of it all. I had a potential roommate to escape my home, but then I didn't. Guys, I really wish I could remember more on this situation because I have full confidence in my belief in this situation, but unfortunately I don't. I believe that is when everything went messy in our friendship. And when you talked about your stalker, and I had no idea who he was, and you acted like I knew, but I didn't because we barely speak anymore. There was a time where my stalker was talking to Lain, and Lain began to post their conversations on her story, and I was like, what the fuck? Because I had been very vocal about my stalker in the past, and posted his account, the account in which she was talking to, and so I called her out, and she told me that she didn't know it was him, which again, is still something I was still suspicious about it, because I'd posted that account so many times, and Lain had viewed those times where I would address him when something else happened. So, she said she didn't know, but that was another thing where I just said, oh, okay, and I let go, and I apologized and was like, oh, I'm sorry, I thought you did at first, even though, especially after she's done this shit recently, she did know. I don't give a fuck. I don't think you respect me. I don't think you value me as a friend. And therefore I need my space. I need my time to cool down and collect myself. You're the best thing and best person I've ever met. But from when we met until now, you are a completely different person, and it's hard to accept. But you were just so hurtful. When you responded to my story like that, it felt like you completely disregarded everything I had to say. And the way you texted me felt so passive-aggressive. It felt so hurtful, and it hurt me. That is why I acted like that. I don't care about stupid Instagram fonts. I'm more active on my main than here. Hold on. I hid you from my story because what's the point if you barely look at it anyways? I look at it. I don't know. Anyways. It's not like you care about me anyways. Dude, what the fuck? Okay, at the time I did. I don't anymore. Sorry. This isn't or wasn't true. I did care about Lain. She had done a lot of fucked up shit to me in the past, but I still cared for her. You tell me you care about me and miss me, but whenever I try to reach out, it feels like I'm calling a dead phone number. I give up. I just can't take it anymore. So many people have disrespected me, and it's so hard to believe you and them care about me anymore. You have done so much for me, and I appreciate you. But the things you do and how you treat me, I can't take it anymore. And I'm so scared to tell you how I feel because that one time you twisted and misconstrued everything. This is another one where I genuinely have no idea what this one's about. I've always taken her concerns and conversations deeply, and I've always tried to help her and do the most I can. I've never misconstrued or twisted anything. I'm being so for real, guys. I don't know what she's talking about. And I'm so sorry if my tone right now or words or whatever, they don't sound, serious. I have a script written out because I wanted to make sure I touched on everything, and I'm reading from it, and I guess my eyes are going quicker than I realize my tone should go. So my eyes are reading, have always tried to help her and do the most I can. And then I process it, and then I'm like, have always tried to help her and do the most I can. So does that make sense? My tone might not seem, I don't know. I already have this written out, so some of this might sound robotic, is what I'm trying to say. You've twisted and misconstrued everything that I don't want to tell you about my feelings anymore. I care about you so much, and I'm sorry if I don't seem like I do, but I do. I feel like my feelings are not reciprocated. I feel like an accessory to you. When we were at the con, I felt like a GD burden. I felt so ugly, fat, and annoying and when I was there, and I felt like I was weighing everyone else down with my problems. I was so upset that day, but I chose not to say anything. I didn't know she felt this way at the con. I knew something was wrong, and I asked about 5 times, but she kept telling me nothing was wrong, so I chose to believe her because I didn't want to annoy her. But to help her feel better, I told her I would put money in if she wanted to buy a figure that day. She didn't, but the offer was still there. And then I took her out to eat and got her food at a fun place because I was hoping it would lift her spirits because I could tell she was feeling down, but not sure why. This is not my fault though. I asked many times how she was feeling, but I chose not to say anything. I didn't want to ruin anyone else's moment that day. And when I reached out, okay, so like why did she even bring that part up if I could not have done anything about anyways. And when I reached out to you for my bag that had my medicine in it, it took you so long to answer, and I had to get new ones, and it's hard to get medicine nowadays. I reached out to your mom and you to get that bag, but no response. Okay, with this one, Lain had a bag with medicine in it, and she told me that she had left it at my house, so I cleaned my room, and I checked around twice, but I couldn't find it. When her mom called my mom, she must have been at work, because she said that she didn't respond. I remember my mom telling me why her mom called, so I think Lain's mom had to have left a voicemail if she knew why. But I told mom that I looked everywhere in my room and was still unable to find it. One day I was cleaning out my closet and found it hidden in my closet. I never thought to check my closet because why would Lain have been in my closet? And why was it hidden? It wasn't just out in the blue. I didn't ask Lain about this. I just gave it back once I found it. And again, now that everything, has been, Lain has, I guess her personality has been brought to light, I would not be surprised if she took her time to hide that and then get mad at me for not being able to find it. So, it's really fucked up. I reached out to your mom and you to get it, but no response. And, oh my god, guys. Here we fucking go. And the way you interact with underage people concerns me. Oh boy, here we go. Junie, oh my fucking god. Junie, you can't, sorry guys, this genuinely pisses me the fuck off. Junie, you can't make smooching jokes or jokes towards underage people while you are an adult. Chat, just turned 19, by the way. I'm not like a 30 creepy-year-old, by the way. And plus, I'm not justifying what she's saying, by the way, because what she's saying isn't even true. So let me just preface, okay? It's not right. People can find that weird and twist that shit. You need to, okay, hold on. Okay. People can find that weird and twist that shit. You need to watch out on the internet, especially when you have your face posted. You don't know what someone could do. Someone in question is her, because we later find out that Lain does something evil, okay? The only person I make those jokes with is 2 years younger than me. We've been making these jokes together when I as well was still a minor. You're acting like this is some 13-year-old, and that is what I find disgusting. And saying I need to watch out is crazy, and you saying that as if it's supposed to taunt me is wild. I make quote-unquote smooch jokes to all of my friends. We did together as well. That is the nature of me and my close friends' relationship and humor. It's never serious, though, and both parties are understanding of this. If you thought it was weird in a sense of predatory behavior and genuinely believed that shit, you should have called me out or stopped being friends with me. That's not how I am, but if that's how you saw me, why would you still be friends with that? Oh my god, this motherfucker. I love our friendship, and I still do, but I can't keep on if I don't get the same respect, mutual, and love in this. You need to understand where I'm coming from. I don't. I'm not a person who gets upset or attacks people for no reason. You know this. I don't. And I will have a reason to act reasonably upset. I don't feel like I matter to you anymore. What even am I to you? I know you have a bunch of shit going on, and I understand that. But the stuff I see you do and post on your story, if you don't speak with your friends on a daily basis, okay, maybe I'm crazy, but it seems like you do, and I don't know what to do. I don't know if I'm at a breaking point or what, but I'm so close to just blocking everyone. Dude, I know, I'm so close, dude. You have hurt me so much. So much. And if you don't care, and if you don't think you did and don't care, then it's okay. Fine. It's fine. I don't care. And if you don't care what I have to say, then that's okay too. I probably have more to say, but I have so much thoughts flooding my mind. It's so much. I can't even put it into words. I am not childish. I am not immature. I take quite a huge offense. Hold on, where's that? I take quite a huge offense to you calling me that. I just simply needed my space. I don't need this in my life either. You do not love me, Junie. Please do not lie to me. Oh my god. Cornball. You do not love me, Junie. Please don't lie to me. You were a good friend from the start, but you have been becoming a horrible friend from what I can see. This is such a fucked up thing to say. I was literally the same, guys. The fucking same. Nothing changed, okay? I don't like, oh my god. I had a conversation with my mother, people in my safe space, and they agree as well. Okay. If you feel like, if a relationship isn't, if you're not happy, then yes, you need to space yourself. That's good that your safe space, or your mom agreed. I would too. I need to surround myself with peace and love too. How can you say that when you don't show me the same? What the fuck? I distanced myself from you and it was the right choice. You clearly distanced yourself from me anyways, so don't tell me you need to, cause you already did. Bitch, what the fuck? No, I didn't. I distanced myself from you and it was a right choice. You clearly distanced yourself from me anyways, so don't tell me you need to, cause you already did. I already decided you weren't gonna go to prom with me the day you sent that message. The day you sent me that text message in question was literally me asking what the date was. And I was gonna go. I'd already told my mom and aunts about it, and I had it on my calendar. So for her to already replace me is so fucking crazy that I don't even know where to start with that. I also brought the prom thing up on my Atsushi Live where I was getting in a cosplay. Like, I was genuinely excited about going. And the fact that she already replaced me and didn't even text me like, oh, hey, I'm already bringing someone else. That's fucking crazy. Anyways, I already have another friend going with me. You never wanted to go with me. Yes, I did. It never seemed like you did. Even though I said yes and was excited about it and was telling everyone about it and literally posted about it. I posted about it many times. Okay. I don't even think you wanted to go. You just said yes to make me happy. Whenever I reached out, I never got a response, so I asked somebody else. I did respond. And I said yes. What the fuck? I'm acting the way I am, and it is reasonable. Do not tell me anything about my feelings, because I am sure. If anyone who lacks communication, it's you. But it's not. If you're talking about lack of communication as in like in a like dead ass way, like lacks communicating, I wouldn't say I lack it. I just don't text every fucking day. This girl posts on her story 1,000,000,000 times a day. I even skip it some days because, not kidding, being so for real, it's full of porn half the time. So I'm not going to check it, okay? And when I do, I'm like, oh, I'm not going to do that again. But yeah, I don't text anyone often. Anyone. Everyone knows that. And she's had so many accounts get banned because of the sheer amount of porn she posts. Which, by the way, later on, and this is me spoiling, guys. This is a little spoiler. She's gonna talk about something that I did that was innocent, and she tries to make it seem a way where it's predatory or like sexual. And that also doesn't surprise me that she even saw it that way. And I should have never even done it but I didn't even see it that way, so I didn't know that it could have been perceived that way. Because her brain is literally porn filled. And there was one time where she was listening to an audio and it had like, she posted it had Dazai on it from when he was 15. And I messaged her, I was like, hey, that's like Dazai when he was 15. And she laughed it off, but I was still like, this is so fucking weird and crazy and just gross. Anyways, oh my god. If anyone lacks communication, it's you. I hope you realize and understand. I'm so stressed out because of you and your behavior to me, and I've skipped school. I've gotten sick. My body is physically and mentally crashing down on me. Because what did I do? Because of what? Because you haven't told me any of this? Like, you are the one lacking communication. How the fuck was I supposed to know any of this, bitch? And by the way, I'm not showing grace right now because the stuff she does later on is so fucked up that I can't show grace. Like, it'd be a sin for me to show grace. I can't take it anymore. I really can't. I cried because I wonder, what can I do? What can I do? Why do I not matter anymore? Am I a piece of trash? Oh my fucking god, bro, no, you are not. Oh my god. Was I being used? Used how? How would I have used you, bro? What the fuck? What can I do to matter? Bro, oh my god, this kind of speaking is so fucking ridiculous and corny. So many thoughts flood my mind, and it's getting exhausting. I don't have much friends, and you were the only person I have along 3 other people. And that means something. I hope it means something to you too. Can y'all tell, by the way, how she keeps going flip-flop throughout these messages, saying like, you're a hell of a person. I love you. I am a poor, sick person. And I try to do so much. I try to make you feel loved. I really try. But with my bad luck here and there, and me wasting money on bills in the car, there is nothing I can do. I want to buy you so much. By the way, bitch, I literally tell her all the time, don't buy me anything. I don't want her to buy me anything. I know her struggle with the bills. I always tell her not to buy me anything. Do I ever guilt her about not buying me anything? No. Fuck no. Anytime she gives me a birthday gift, I'm like, oh my god, you didn't have to, Lain. And like, I freak out about it, okay? Like, it's nothing like, oh my god. I want to buy you so much stuff and show you my appreciation and gratitude for you, but I never can. When I painted you, I wanted to try and show you appreciate. Wait, what? Sorry. When I painted you, I wanted to try and show you I appreciated you. I wanted that to be my gift finally, so you can feel the same appreciation and gifts you showed me. Where is that painting now? I never saw it again. Hey, Queen. It's literally in my painting room with my other paintings. Ever noticed that I'm a painter, yet only 2 of my paintings are in my main room? Well, that's because the rest are in the painting room. Same with any paintings Abby painted me or any other friends. But again, this is something that you never brought up to me. You keep saying I lack communication, but the reason this response of yours is so lengthy is purely because it's full of stuff that you've held back, and some of it are not true, and could have easily been explained or shown. I could have shown you where the painting was. I don't know what you're implying, but I didn't throw it away. I'd even shown my family too. Like, everyone said they loved it, and I hung it up in my painting room, where every other painting is. Every other music poster I paid for it. Even a poster that has one of my favorite artists' signature. Like, stuff that I care about is in there. But you never asked, did you? That's another thing that you're just assuming. I never saw it again. It keeps building up. Like I had said, you've done so much for me and given me gifts. I don't know how to show that gratitude, and I barely have the money to repay you back. I don't want you to pay me back, bitch. And I'm sorry if I never made you feel happy or loved, or if I hurt you. That's never my intention. I never wanted to hurt you, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what you think I've... Hold on. This is me scrolling through pictures and trying to find where I left off, by the way. So I'm sorry if this is annoying. I'm sorry if I never made you feel happy or loved, or if I hurt you. That's never my intention. I never wanted to hurt you. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what you think I've done, or what I've done to hurt you. I'm sorry if I made you uncomfortable or upset or angry, or what else. I'm done. I think that's all I have to say for now. Bitch! Okay. Oh my god. Okay, now that's done. I'll tell you my actions after reading this shit show. I called my mom and read it out to her because it was because it was genuinely having me sobbing and heaving at the time. Because I freaked the fuck out whenever she mentioned that minor shit. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck are you talking about, ho? And also knowing that she could post about it, like, what the fuck are you... This is defamation! And I have talked to a doctor about this, a professional, and they have also consulted me that this is defamation. Not like in private right now. She later comes to say this stuff public, okay? That's my little spoiler alert, and that's whenever it becomes defamation. On a public platform, I called my mom and read it out to her because it was genuinely having me sobbing and heaving at the time. I was frantically walking in circles. I called her and read it out because I knew I hadn't done anything wrong, but the fact that someone so close to me genuinely believed I had, well, that bothered me. Especially the part about minors. Lain knows I have been through trafficking and years of sexual trauma as a minor, and the fact that she said this part bothered me so bad because I have that trauma, and to know that someone suspects that I might be inflicting even 1% of that trauma onto someone else, that is horrific. After I read it out to my mom, she told me that she used to have a boyfriend who was also bipolar, because Lain is bipolar, and how he didn't take meds for it and would also say similar stuff when he would get angry. He would begin the text with BS and trying to guilt her or say things that weren't true or tell her that she was abusing others in a way that she had been abused before. She said it was a tactic people use. And then his text would always end with him apologizing and saying none of it was meant to hurt her. She told me to block Lain since it was obvious that she had already deluded herself into believing all these things and that it would be impossible for me to convince her the truth. So I didn't respond and I blocked her because there was some crazy shit said in that too, and I was already on the verge of a panic attack just from reading it. Now here's where things get interesting. Lain did not take this lightly. 3 days after I post this, Lain sent a message to my mother that included screenshots of my Twitter and personal accounts where I vented or talked about my mental issues or family issues. This account was something I never wanted Lain to have in the beginning because I'd already known Lain's past about doxing and using blackmail against people, and I did not want her to have this part of me. Here I will show you her first time admitting to me that she actually stalks my Twitter. My Twitter, by the way, is again just like where I vent a lot. And yeah, I don't have some healthy coping skills, but that's where I post it because there's a community on there where I already don't have to feel alone and alienated. When I asked her to give me her username so I could block her because I didn't want her to have that account, she told me it was no use because she had already blocked me, so I didn't have to worry about it. This really bothered me because now she had an advantage over me, and that made me uneasy. My way to test out if she actually blocked me or not was to make a tweet about her. Nothing direct, just vaguely about someone that no one else would know but her. And oh boy, she saw this and texted me. And I called her out saying that she outed herself for not blocking me and having my account. This gave me trust issues with her already. It wasn't until months later where she gave me her Twitter because she wanted to follow me, so I decided to follow her back. I didn't want things to be that way, but she already had that advantage. In her message to my mom, she sent the account and told my mom how I myself and have an eating disorder. Lain knew about how my family was. One time in 2019, I told my family that I had been depressed my whole life. This was like unaliving someone to my family, by the way. My family doesn't take this like at all. They're very conservative, very religious, but not in a normal way. They find anything about mental health taboo and silly and stupid. So yeah. They punished me for months and took away my phone and access to talk to my friends. Then in 2024, it came out that I was still depressed because I had a counselor that told them. Oh, goody. This time my punishment was more severe than the time in 2019. I had my bed and my room taken, along with other things. Lain knew how hostile my family got when things and the subject of mental health came out. Because I had told Lain about both these incidents, 2019 and 2024. She was there for the time in 2024. I messaged her all about it. Lain knew how hostile my family got when things in the subject of mental health came out. Lain knew why I kept those things hidden. So for Lain to send all this to my mother, that is nothing short of evil. The events that took place after this, I will be blaming on Lain, because Lain knew how this was going to affect me and did it purely so that that would happen to me, because she was angry that I did not respond to her. So this was her response to that. Again, immature and evil as I'll get out. So because of Lain, I had my phone taken away, was forced to take pills that were not prescribed to me, had a camera put up in my room, my headphones taken away, and much, much more abuse that followed. I don't want to hear anyone say that wasn't her fault, because she knew how abusive they were, and that is exactly why she told them. I went to school the next day with drugs in my system that should not have been, and I told my friend Amber about how dangerous things were getting at my house. So she let me stay at her house for a few weeks. While I was there, I decided to begin filming again, because I was feeling better from the trauma I had just endured. I posted that video, and this is where the infamous comment comes in. Oh boy! I will read these out from my phone, because I have this also copied on my, computer, but the computer cuts off the words, so, hold on. Junie, oh my god. Junie, you're mostly in the wrong in this situation. Everyone's at fault in this situation, and I believe you are too. Am I responsible for your actions? Hello? You have hurt me and others. I've gotten in contact with Charlie, and he is terrified of you. Not only do I literally have nothing that could cause this, but I just wanted to add that this short little note right here, that this is something that me and my friends have been making fun of. The wording of terrified of you is just so funny to me because, again, I've genuinely done nothing. Also, Charlie, the one you doxed on your main story just because he blocked you. And the fact that you reached out to him again just to talk to him about this is also concerning because he said he didn't want to talk to you again. But if y'all two are buddy-buddy now, then that makes sense. Because you were the one who told me that he was crazy and delusional. So if the shoe fits, I told him what you did when you cut him off. And I have the screenshots of what he said too if you do not believe me. Bitch, I don't give a fuck what you and whoever has to say about me anymore. I already know it's not true and I don't give a fuck. And if you ever speak about me, I will take you to court. Okay. And what a waste of time that will be. Because I've been to court and let me tell you, they don't like wasting time on bullshit like this. I also have proof. You will not talk me into silence. I will speak on you if you speak lies onto me. You can't say, if you speak about this situation anymore, I'm bringing it to court. Bitch, if you leave this big concerning message on my public account to where everyone else is going to see it, yeah, I'm going to address it. It would be really shitty of me to not address this, okay? So yes, I'm going to address this. What the fuck do you expect from that? Are you fucking sick? Are you fucking stupid? Are you dumb? You better be careful on what you choose to speak about. I have proof of what you've been doing online and not showing everybody. Continue this charade and I will report you to a judge. And I mean it. Everybody is watching. I bet half of your subscribers are minors. Minors are easy to manipulate. I guess that's why you chose to go to them. Oh my god, bitch. I did not go to them. If I went to anyone, it was Amber, the police station, and then to a judge. I haven't gone to my subscribers for anything. You're acting like I have some Discord with them or something to where I'm like, guys, something happened. No, it's a fucking channel. I don't care who watches this shit. I don't care about, like, that's so fucking delusional and manipulative. They don't even know half the stuff because I didn't even post half of the shit that went on. So, like, again, that's also me not going to them. This is my channel where I post what I want for me, not for them. Okay? Go Go to a doctor or a therapist to get help instead of relying on children on the internet who only look at you as a source of entertainment. What the fuck is this? You are 19 befriending children on the internet. I am not befriending children on the internet. That is a crazy statement. My friends are on one account that I've known for years. I genuinely can't remember the last time I even befriended someone because I've been through relentless bullying from my time in school. I don't like making friends, so why the hell would I go out and do that? And also something that I'm big on is like not making friends with my subscribers, because obviously that's like an advantage thing. Like I would never, but if I were to be mean to them, like I'm sure they would doubt themselves because they watch me as a content creator. So that would be having, what is it called? Where it's like, it's not having an advantage against them. It's like being an upper power or something. So no, I would never want to be friends with a subscriber. I don't do that. I have screenshots of you and going, oh my fucking god. Talking about NSFW before, oh fuck, hold on, wait, fuck. I lost my place, hold on. Before bed? That behavior is incriminating. She is 15 and you are 19. She was 12 to 13 and you were 16 when you discussed these types of things with her? Do you not see a problem with that? Okay. Yes, I was 16 at the time, and the reason I did is because she lied to me about her age, and she was saying that she was my age. So I believed her. I'd FaceTimed her beforehand as well, and she looked like she was the age she was telling me, so I didn't question it. And I was actually 15 at the time, so sorry that my 15 ass did not believe that she was, what would you even call, I mean, I guess just lying. We were friends for a long time before she admitted her real age to me. And the moment she did, I told her I was not comfortable making these jokes with her anymore. The jokes in question, by the way. And it wasn't like NSFW before bad. What the fuck are you talking about? The jokes in question were those dumb Pinterest things of like Dazai and Chuya making out with a text over it saying, bro, can you send me the homework answers? And shit like that. We were both Aero Ace and nothing at all was sexual or romantic. Everything was platonic, but the moment she told me her real age, I put an end to it, and those years do bother me when I look back, because I didn't know that she was lying to me, and I would have never made those jokes with her if I knew that was her age. And since then, it taught me a lesson to not do that unless I see an ID. So I've taken that with precaution with every friendship since. So don't try to phrase this or make it seem like I got joy out of this, or I knew her age the entire time and continued to do these things like some sicko. That's fucked up. And don't you dare bring up the fact that I own a... Oh boy, here comes this. And don't you dare bring up the fact that I own a book that I didn't even know was disgusting till I read it. So, you did know that book was disgusting. And by the way, I brought this up to my Twitter account during the 3-day period before she told my mom about the Twitter account, and I blocked her. So she was still stalking my Twitter after I blocked her. But I own a book that I didn't even know was disgusting till I read it by the same author you read Poom Poom by, because you said you liked that book and that one of the characters reminds you of Abby. I do not forget. You knew that book was disgusting. You'd posted about it before, and I even told you how it was about minors having explicit sexuals. By the way, I'm going to say that because I don't want this YouTube video to get taken down, okay? And yeah, sexuals, you know what that means. And you jokingly said, oh hell no. Yet a few weeks later, you bought the book. Not to mention, the book comes wrapped, so even just from that, you knew it was sexual. So like, even if, like, she somehow did forget that I told her it was about minors, her buying that book and seeing it was wrapped, she should have just like read the description about it, because it literally says kids in junior. Yes, I read Poom Poom. I read it when I was 11. Yes, a character does remind me of Abby. I've even told her that. I don't know why this part is in here. I didn't read Poom Poom in 5th grade knowing the author also made underage porn. I didn't even know how to see an author of a book when I was in 5th grade. Poom Poom is something bittersweet that I carry with me now, because a big part of it got me through 5th grade when I was going through a lot of rough shit. So yeah, since then I've I've made posts about it, and I do collect just that series because it got me through a lot. I haven't even, like, I even forget how it ends. Like, I was in 5th grade, dude. Hold on. Where did I leave off? Hold on. I do not forget. Here comes another serious defamation. You kissed me when I didn't say anything to give you approval. I had not said yes. Consent is key. And when you put your hands on my stomach, despite telling you no, and you continue to do it, I did not want you to do any of those things. I kissed you one time, and it was a peck because you'd been posting characters making out, saying it was us, and I asked if you were serious, and you said yes. So I kissed you one night, and I never did it again. That was also the nature of our relationship. We were always posting characters together, saying it was us, and we would also be platonic. There's even a video you took of us the first night we had a sleepover because you wanted it to look like we were kissing to your friends. So you made me do that video with you to send to your friends. This hand on stomach thing. So one night she was sleeping over and her stomach was hurting. Because, guys, every time she slept over at my house, she blew the fucking bathroom up every fucking time. Like, oh my God. And I'm like, again, I'm not taking grace with her messages anymore because of the shit she's done. So I don't care about saying she blew my bathroom up. I don't care that you broke your elbow. One night she was sleeping over and her stomach was hurting. So I asked if she wanted me to rub her stomach. This is something I've always done with my friends growing up because it was never sexual to any of us. And it still isn't to me, by any means. I asked her and she said yes. She did not say no. I would have never done it if she said no. She said yes. So I did it for a bit and she told me it made her feel better. And I was like, yay, good, whatever. For her to say that she said no or make it seem like I was assaulting her is so genuinely fucked up because I in no way am like that. It's my biggest fear to make someone uncomfortable and she knows that. You chased me with a knife in my house knowing I was uncomfortable. Hello? I did not chase her with a knife. I was at her house. Whenever she says this is what comes to mind, what she could be talking about. I was at her house and I held a knife and was walking around while holding it. And when she told me it was starting to scare her, and by the way, she said that in a joking manner, but even when she said it in a joking manner, I said, oh, okay, and I put it away. Grabbing the biggest knife we could find and walking around with it was something we both did at each other's houses, and that's actually something that she started. She began this because she said she wanted to feel like Michael Myers as a joke, and then once she began doing it, we both began doing it. I literally have photos of us both holding big-ass knives. I never chased her. This again is a statement that is nothing short of defamation. I have so much more. Stop this nonsense. I cared about you so much, and I tried to do everything for you. But me calling you out on your problematic behavior was what broke your camel's back? Okay, cornball, what the fuck is that sentence? You're childish. You are abusive and manipulative. You think you are in the right, but you are so wrong. You need to stop it. I'm done with you, and I cannot look at you ruining yourself on the internet anymore. I'm done with this situation. If I hear you talk about me, I'm not going to hesitate to do anything. Okay, me neither. You sent this big-ass message on a public platform. I'm not going to hesitate to do anything either. I'm not going... Okay, yeah, I already read that. Everyone knows about you, IRL, and online, even your classmates from that college. Yeah, so apparently, and I don't know if this is confirmed or not, she also sent my Twitter account to my classmates because she knew that I loved that classroom and I always referred to those classmates as my siblings. So that's just also another fucked up thing she did. And I would never wanted my classmates to know that I was going through that. And yeah, so thank you so much, Lain, for showing that to them. That's really lovely. You were a good friend, but now everything about you has changed. If you want to be an adult, speak to me. Be an adult and text me on my Instagram. Bitch, I am scared to talk to you when you speak this nonsense in genuine delusion. This is scary. Why the fuck would I talk to you when you genuinely believe all this shit? Like, it's... So basically, if she leaves another comment on this video, I'm not going to respond. I'm literally going to delete it. because it's so much bullshit that isn't true, and I don't give a fuck, and I'm gonna stand up for myself, because I'm not gonna just let this go under the rug and keep deleting comments about it, because anytime I get a comment about it, it makes me have so much anxiety, and I hate that I'm getting comments about it, because my account, I want to be someone who's against people like she's accusing me to be, so I know the people who watch me are also against that. So yeah, if I was my viewer, I'd also be like, hey dude, what the fuck was that comment? Because yeah, the person she's accusing me to be is a fucked up person, and that's not me, so that's why it's fucked up, and that's why it bothers me. So I'm gonna address it once, not gonna do this shit again. Just making this and typing all this stuff out, I had a pit in my stomach the entire time. And I know when I upload this, I am again gonna have a pit in my fucking stomach. I don't give a fuck about you. And if you comment again, guess what? I don't give a fuck. So, yeah. And I'm so sorry to people who've been commenting like, hey, I saw that comment get deleted. What was that about? And I've been deleting your comment. It's because I don't want more people to see that and rile it up and be like, oh my god, that is so fucking predatory. Like, Junie needs to kill themselves. Like, I don't want it to get to that point to where I'm getting those comments, because that will also genuinely fuck me up. I can't have that. So, I'm gonna clear my name, post this, and get the fuck on with it. Because I'm fucking sick and tired. I've been through so much shit because of you, and I'm fucking done. You don't know half the shit I've been through because of you. And I know you're gleeful about it, but I don't give a fuck. And I'm tired of you. So, suck a big dick.